Test. All right. Boom. There I am. Okay. Hey everybody. Lindsay's here, Jackie's here, and Carla's here. And Anne is not here. I think I forgot to turn your camera on. It doesn't sound like it, but that might be because I have it muted. Okay. Did you just come on? Okay. Yeah, your mic is not on, but I'm going to fix that in a second. Amanda's here. Sweet. Soledad is here. All right. Shelly's here. My iPad is not here. All right. We're going to get you in. Don't worry. Any second now. You're going to be coming through loud and clear.
Yeah.
There you are.
There we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking a little darker tonight. I kind of like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got the background, got the contrast.
Yeah, totally.
I'm wearing a blanket skirt.
We might have to turn that light around if you're too dark in the... Anyway. Oh, no, I forgot water.
No.
Hey, can I
What?
grab a soda water?
Of course.
All right.
Of course. I'm having soda water with a little bit of ginger kombucha added.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's so good.
How are you feeling?
Hi. Me?
Yeah.
I'm having an emotional afternoon. So I like the idea of the theme.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being guided by the light. Which that is the theme, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, lighthouses are an interesting metaphor device, you know, because they are they're like they're guiding ships to the shore, but they're also alerting ships to the shore. You know.
Oh yeah. That's so true,
here.
Tom.
What's that?
So true.
Yeah. But tonight we're going to focus on the welcoming aspects of it, and you know, like you know, I keep things like super personal here, and you know, I think one of the reasons that I took a break. Oh, sweet! Enjoy the dance. I think one of the reasons and ways that that I decided to stop, take a break from drinking. That's turned into what's going to be at least a year of not drinking. I'm at 10 months now. Um, was because I wondered like how much of that substance was keeping me from looking for this kind of guiding light in my life, and for a lot of people this is a spiritual thing, like it's a religious, relates to religion and things like that. Tonight I'm not really using it that way. What I really mean by light is like we are ultimately the light, like our truest essence is light. I'm kind of borrowing from Hicksian Quakerism a little bit, but that like the soul is this thing that is guiding us towards our better selves, and I wondered like if you know the level of drinking that I was doing, if it was enhancing my time here, but only in the temporary, and like that I was about to crash into rocks, and that I needed to kind of look up, and see if there was this light telling me where the shore was, whether I was close to it or far away, or and then ultimately to bring me home to it. And so tonight, and then recently, I had, I don't know. I feel so awkward talking about this, but I had like a breakup, and after every breakup, I think it's the same for like a job loss. Oh, hey, Sarah. That's so weird, Sarah. I was just thinking about you outside. That is so crazy. I was
That's so
just
cool.
freezing my ass off outside, and so anyway, I took the deep dive this weekend, and decided to cut out two of my three remaining methadones that I'm on, which is Diet Coke and sugar. And it wasn't like this weekend that I stopped, but it was like this weekend that I just sort of set through the, waited out kind of the triggering, because for me it's all Diet Cokes are just reward. I don't really like the taste of them even. I think that they're probably gross. I never drank them my whole life until the last 2 years.
I didn't
But
even realize that.
yeah, no, I never drank soda. That's what was so weird, to be like a soda addict all of a sudden, Um, but anyway, so whatever it is that is your, whatever, however you imagine a guiding light, whether that's based on some religion, or based on, your own conceptions or something that you read or whatever, that's what we're honoring tonight. So we're not, I'm in no way trying to make yours mine. But I do think, like, thematically, part of the class for me is like looking up. It is like what things can I do to look up and make sure that I'm being true to myself, like making sure that, like, when my ship comes into its final shore, that I'll be happy with how I got there, or at least be happy with that I got there. Maybe a better way to put it. So anyway, Anne, do you have any thoughts or comments you want to add before we move into Sway?
No, that was beautiful. Thank you.
The class knows this, but you might not know. But like, I so miss having you here when you're not here for
Totally.
class.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Well, it's like it's. I mean, you should go live your life, and I'm happy that class can continue on in your absence. But sometimes I feel so on an island. All right, let's. We're gonna have kind of a dramatic Sway song. Maybe it's too dramatic. Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit less dramatic, I think. All right. Wait, that's too short. Okay, forgive me. Sorry. Yeah, well, all right, we'll do this one. Audible breath in. Hey, Rita. I invite you to close your eyes as you sway with me or as you warm up, stretch, sit. And I invite you to first tonight in our sway imagine light. A light. It could be any kind of natural light. It could be a star. It could be moonlight. It could be a uninterrupted view of the sunlight. For me, I'm imagining white light. And I'm imagining it bright and illuminating in front of me. And it's a comforting light to look at. It's a peaceful feeling that comes over me as I look at it. And then I want you to imagine that you and the light are sharing the same space. You're sharing the same air. And I invite you to take big breaths in and out of that shared space, air. I want you to imagine that with every breath that you breathe in, the same shape, the same color, the same beautiful light that you've imagined in front of you is also at your heart center. Or at your third eye. I want you to imagine that with every breath in and every breath out, that the lights burn brighter, the one in front of you and the one within you. Oh, sweet. Rachel's here.
Hey, Rachel. Welcome back. How was your swayo?
Mine was good.
Yeah.
Mine was good. It kind of made me think like, again, I'm not trying to put a definition of light, but just as I was swaying, I was just thinking about like, where this comes up for me and all of that sort of thing. And, like Elias Hicks did this really cool thing in his preaching or in some of the sermons that I read where it was like he kind of combined metaphors and sort of talked about the sun as the ocean
Mm.
and that the soul was like a drop of rain from that body,
Mm.
and that it was making its way back home, like through rain, like and so our life was like the soul, like a raindrop's journey back to the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the mix of metaphor being that like because it was originally a piece of the sun, that was like water as sun, water as light idea, that that piece of light, that there's a guiding light within us, that is our own soul, so it's and I don't even know if I believe in souls anymore. I don't know what I believe anymore. But just poetically, I just always sort of felt like that was, because a lot of times when I make good decisions, like when I'm responding to what I think is this sort of inner guider, this inner light that I'm talking about, they seem like very obvious decisions, they seem like very, of course, type decisions that have this tremendous impact, and I think that's because they were always in alignment with where I needed to go. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I'm glad that I make decisions where I step outside my box,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the most impactful decisions are the ones where I stepped into myself, like I stepped, even if it was brand new to me, it didn't feel away in the sense of not home, right?
Mm-hmm. You made me think of something else there that I
What's that?
heard today. I saw a clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about who is the greatest physicist, and he said Newton, and he was talking about all these things that Newton discovered, but one of which I didn't realize this about Newton, was that he had this insight about the spectrum, that the whiteness of light was a result of the spectrum, the entire spectrum.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And that was kind of amazing. Just, and he invented calculus, which I also did to prove another, now I can't remember I guess it was about gravity, but, anyway, but that
right.
whole idea was very interesting to me, was that because Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying, because look at that is the opposite of what you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally. Well, I mean, there's a reference in the flow world with that. The reason why white LEDs burn out faster or kill your battery faster is that they have to turn on all the colors
right
in
Oh my
order to
God.
achieve.
That's
Everything you
perfect.
need to know about life is in the
Your
flow world.
flow art, your flow toy.
I mean, I don't know if
I
that
can't
actually
hoop
happens in
with
flow
well.
props, but it definitely happens in RGB lights and computers.
Yeah, Tom and I have not been LED hoopers or fire
Well, I
hoopers.
broke mine out, but that's a separate story. Let's get flowing. While I still
Broke it out recently.
Yeah, I broke it out. I never had one. I got one from HoopCon.
Oh,
Yeah, so I broke it out and
dude, I should have
Powered
you
it
to
up.
take it to the club the other night.
it's gone. Hoop LEDs have come a whole long. Glow hoops
It's
have come a
better.
long way since we used to tape glow sticks to them. All right, let's do some. Let's do a
Some
short
hooping?
point exercise. Yeah, I want to get. I invite you for the next 2 minutes to consider practices like hooping, or practices like good eating, or practices like singing or yoga, to be spaces for this guidance. That setting yourself in your hoop, or setting yourself in song, or setting yourself in some helping practice. It's also setting yourself in the stream of inspiration. It's also setting yourself in a space for listening and growth, encouragement. And that the space and being in it is the thing. Sure, there's great results from being in the thing, but it's the doing it that's so satisfying. Audible breath in. What'd you say, Ann? I don't think I can hear you, Chad.
It was a super shorty.
Yeah, let's do a little bit longer version, or
No.
longer.
Yeah.
It's such a sticky irony that when something happens and we fall out of practice with something, that we feel so lost, and we feel so lost that picking up and stepping back into that practice seems so hard and impossible. It's regrettable. It's like the one thing that would help is the one thing that we feel so far away from. But sometimes I think the block is that we won't feel it the same way. That we'll go back, be in that space, and we won't feel the highlights. We'll just feel like we took our lostness into something. But that's where I push back and try to remind myself that the process is the way. The process is the doing, and that there are subtle and invisible benefits and moments that I have that I won't perceive until hours or days or weeks later. So I invite you to hop back into one of those spaces of guidance. One of those spaces where you're looking up for light. And just be there. Forget results. Anything?
remembering that little bouncy.
Yeah, you were
Remember- I
digging the
feel like-
bounce. We got back, cut to you just in time.
That was like that's a pretty old school thing.
Yeah.
It's fun though if you haven't tried it.
Yeah, it wasn't. I tried to take that out on the road and teach that, and it didn't really go over well. I think people felt like it was kind of hurt.
What?
Yeah.
That it was hurt?
Yeah.
Hurt.
But I think that
that it
that
hurt.
hurt.
I didn't know what you meant. You got to do it on your forearm though, not your wrist.
I'm doing it on my forearm.
Yeah. But
Oh,
forearm,
I
like the
see what you're
fleshy
saying.
part of your forearm, that's how it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're learning. Stay on the flesh. Stay on the flesh, guys.
Should we go with that
Stay on
flow?
it.
Should we work on bouncy thing?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Bounce flow. Yeah, but any kind of bounce. I mean, you could work on these. You could
All right. We'll work on bounces.
bounce it on the floor. That's cool. Bounce.
You don't really have to do bounces with us, but it could be fun. I guess I should say. All right, I'll come right back to that. I love that track. If you want to do the bounce thing that Anne's talking about, it's best with a smaller hoop than a really big guy, and it really is as simple as it looks, and it's definitely probably one of those things that is more fun to do than to look at. But it's a way to kind of be in that space. All right, so let's start that song over since it's awesome, and I won't talk so much. It's also related to striking the hoop, like we've done these knee strikes before, or foot strikes before. Just ways to bounce the hoop. Let me give you since this is a class, let me give you one quick pro tip. If you're trying to work those into flow, this movement that Anna and I were just doing is a movement where the hoop is static. There's no roll to it at all. And so, like, if I was going to come into this out of, like, flow, I would want to stop the hoop's rotation before I flowed into it. So, like, if I'm say I'm just doing rolling, and then if I try to do this, it's gonna be a little chaotic and it's gonna be kind of hard to do. So I would want to stop it, boom, something cooler than that, but you get it. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah. That was the
Alright.
perfect track for that, too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I really appreciated that one because we haven't done anything like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
And I like axis work, like vertical axis stuff is fun. I think when you've been in the game a long time.
Yeah,
Like we have.
absolutely. Do you have any suggestion for the next part?
I just found that was fun, not only for bouncing on the axis, but for kind of, one thing that was fun was kind of seeing if I could kind of get it to fold forward and catch it on my foot type thing. Maintaining the vertical axis, but not necessarily keeping it in the same place. And then sometimes it would land on me and I could kind of pop it off and maybe catch it on my foot, keep it vertical. I don't know. It was just it opened up some different choices, which I hope people will try at home. Because, yeah, that was definitely a fun exercise
Yeah, totally.
for me. How about for you?
Yeah, it was. It
Look
was.
how
I
cool
sort
the
of.
living room looks. Sorry.
What's that?
Look how cool the living room looks. Now that I got I wasn't even, I'm so unaccustomed to the lighting scheme, but I was thinking that you were talking about another light. So I ended up turning the light around that really should be turned around. So
Yeah. No, it looks
can see
great.
everything.
No, it looks great. Yeah. All right. I'm hoping that people are still with us. It's been a minute since we've had a comment.
Woo.
uh,
Woo woo.
oh.
I'm trying to sing a yacht rock song. Oh,
Okay. There
are
we
you
are.
a fan of yacht rock?
Me? Yeah.
Now I'm kind of. Would you have a favorite or a favorite artist? Group?
I don't know enough about the whole. I don't know exactly what would be labeled yacht rock or not. I mean, I know that Christopher Cross is awesome,
Yes.
but I'm not. I don't know. I wasn't listening to a lot of of that type of music at that time. That I was pretty young when yacht rock was the thing.
Yeah, you were a little bit younger than me. That was classic, divorced dad car ride music. That was because we would spend hours in the car with my dad,
Yeah.
listening to Z93.
Okay. Let's. I kind of feel like just flowing with another off-body thing.
Off body.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Gotta heat it burning. Money
I
is a
love it.
motive and we keep it turning. That's that shit, ain't it true? I've been fiending for it. All up on my line when I come through and I slide. It's a fire, it's a fight. Gotta heat it burning.
If if you're feeling uninspired and you want a suggestion, you can try folding.
All up on my line when I come through and I
But while we're
slide.
doing this, I'm gonna invite you to do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some good old-fashioned visualization for this exercise. I'll start the song over, but I'm imagining a project complete. I'm not imagining how I'm gonna complete it. I'm not imagining when I'm gonna complete it, but I'm just gonna imagine. I've got a project in mind right now that I'm thinking about, but a project in mind, and that I'm going to imagine it done. That's it. I'm going to use my imagination. Maybe I'll close my eyes. I'm just going to imagine what it will be like when that project is done. I'll do 20 seconds of this song. So.
I got that roll on me, just in case y'all trying to roll on me.
This is the song I just heard.
Money is a motive and we keep it turning. Gotta heat it burning.
Visualizing the project done.
And we keep it turning. That's that shit, ain't it true? I've been fiending for it. All up on my line when I come through and I slide. It's a fire, it's a fight. Gotta heat it burning. Money is a motive and we keep it turning. That's that shit, ain't it true? I've been fiending for it. All up on my line when I come through and I slide. It's a fire, it's a fire. Okay, hold the bag, yeah. Roll the bag, blow a bag, yeah. Both attack, quote the man. I pet shoulder rap, smoke the cat. I get both of that for both of these. I come through the lane of broken knees. Break a rim, take a spin on double D's. Make sure we end up at a double tree. That's info. Fuck around, that's nympho. Shout out family, that's binfo. Shout out man, y'all been jokes. On the man, that's giving. On the man, that's winning, yeah. On the plan, no riches, yeah. Extra avaricious, riches. Gotta break money just to make money. Y'all just take from me on the bank, homie. Got the stank on me, that's the dank on me. It's the dank coming, shooting blanks from it like please, yeah. Y'all don't know how I be, yeah. Taxing with that fee, yeah. Running with my fleet. I make sure I got that roll on me, just in case y'all trying to roll on me. Y'all can't switch no rolls on me. All I got is all this gold on me. Gotta heat it burning. Money is a motive and we keep it turning. That's that shit, ain't it true? I've been fiending for it.
We're visualizing a project done. What it will be like. Not the project, you. What will you be like after it's done? What space will it open up for you? All right.
That was an interesting track. That was different.
Yeah, you didn't like it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, I liked it. I like changing the pace and kind of having to adjust.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Was that a new artist or?
That was a SoundCloud find. Yeah.
Thank you for finding so much music all the time.
You know, it's just from listening to it.
It really improves the quality of my life.
I mean, just listening to music constantly, you know, the algorithms and whatever will bless me with good tracks.
I'm a very lazy music listener.
All right, so we're going to do one more. Well, you know, I got to say, like, you know, since this is the theme, we got our little guiding light idea back here.
Cape Hatteras Lighthouse.
Yeah, you know, I said it on stream a few weeks ago that, like, or maybe I don't know when I said it, but, you know, that I was, or maybe I said it on Facebook. But anyway, I was talking about, like, just, you know, sometimes I forget how, like, I love podcasts. I love podcasts, or I love interviews and I love listening to things and it keeps me company. And, I grew up with brothers and sisters. So there is a kind of the ambient noise of people talking does make me feel sort of at peace, but it does require some focus, most of the time. And I like that music doesn't, and so it's much more expansive experience. And so it's almost like I had to kind of moderate my podcast or my spoken word stuff to make room for music. And then, it didn't take long for it to make its way back in, because it's, those podcasts, it's a drug. I mean, they're awesome. I'm not, there's no throwing shade on anybody that listens to podcasts. I listen to them constantly. But, there's a space that can be, that I needed of just like being able to not focus and just be in the expanse of what music could bring. Anyway, all right, so let's do another song, and we're going to do another visualization song.
I just had a memory.
What's that?
Remember after Hoop Camp when we went to that lighthouse jam?
Yeah, totally. Santa Cruz. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I did that a couple of times.
So cold and windy.
Yeah.
I only did it once.
Well, I went to Hoop Camp a lot. Like a lot. Plus, I taught out there, and I think maybe one year I went to Santa Cruz after the burn.
Really?
Yeah, let's play a song. Okay, I don't want to lose the momentum here. All right. This is a song I love. I have lots of good memories to this. And this song is kind of long. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do one more sort of visualization. But we're going to do it. The idea is that we're doing these visualizations while we're actually doing something, while we're moving the body. And so my thinking is that, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've done a mantra when, or said something over and over to yourself while you're flowing and moving. But it really kind of ingrains. And so anyway, we're going to do another visualization. And this visualization is going to be that we have achieved some goal that we have set. Okay, not a project so much, or maybe think bigger than a project, like a goal. And it could be something super broad, like my goal is to, be happy, I don't know. But we're going to visualize some big goal and then just hoop any way we want on the core. Well, Ann doesn't really dig core, so any way you want. But we're going to visualize you in the space of having achieved that goal. Okay? So whatever the goal is, you've achieved it, and you're visualizing what it's like after the goal is accomplished, like the satisfaction you're feeling. Like you can think about the goal, but it's not that the goal is done, it's that you've arrived. Oh. Wait, what happened? Oh. And these don't need to be far away, big time goals. They could be something sort of short term. It could be the goal of completing several projects. But I would pick a goal that you mostly can control reaching. find a goal that that 85% of it can be completed without luck, or maybe 100%, but a high percentage can be completed just by your own actions. Maybe there's multiple goals. You could get greedy, visualize several goals reached. I'll tell you, my goal I'm imagining right now is a life without self-imposed guilt. Visualizing what it's like to have achieved the goal. And I mean really achieved it. You don't have to worry it's going to creep back. Maybe the goal is to go back to school and you're seeing yourself with that diploma. Maybe the goal is to get another job that makes you feel happier, and you're seeing yourself after that first day getting in the car and knowing you made the right call. Okay. That's a long song.
I had a lot of fun. I
You
just
did?
jumped all around, yeah.
Yeah, good. Good.
But that was an interesting prompt. It made me realize that some of my goals it's kind of like sometimes it's just more intimidating for me to envision the finished product.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I was feeling that. I was like, I don't want to envision this too much. Or
Yeah.
I was at least finding a difference between, envisioning kind of an immediate, a more immediate goal.
Yeah. 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 No, I get it. Like, I'm weirdly superstitious, and so the idea of like
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like
I believe in
the
knock on wood.
worst visualization exercise I ever had.
The what?
Well,
The most what?
the worst one that I ever had, and we're not going to get political, but the worst one I ever had was Tuesday night of 2016. And I had all the students in my in-person class. We were doing a mingle. And I
Oh my
was
God,
just,
you were still doing in person then.
yeah. And I was just like, just visualize the end of this demagoguery and I just was going off. And, the freedom that we'll have.
Yeah.
And then like 3 hours later.
Oh no. Oh,
It was
horrible. Poor
But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have visualized that, because that visualization cost me nothing and it got me a lot. And it didn't. I don't think if I had visualized doom and gloom that night that I would have been any better prepared for what happened. And like one of the things I was saying in the stream that, or in the actual exercise, and we'll do one more since we're kind of at the end, is just I think sometimes when we set goals that depend on other people, unless they're joint goals and that other person is in on the joke, like. It really sets yourself up to never experience success. You know what I mean? Like if I said to myself, like, my goal is to be in partnership with someone that blah 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 blah, right? Then like I'm sort of setting myself up. Like like even if I just change the word, like my wish or my desire or my hope or any of those things. But I try to like limit the goals. When I talk about goals, I'm limiting the things that I can mostly control. Not and like I wish, like I wouldn't even set a goal like I want to be the #1 hoop streamer. Right? Because there would be all these different things that could impact that. But I could say, like, set as a goal that I want to stream every Tuesday and Saturday, like without fail. What's that?
I just appreciate that distinction.
Yeah, like when people say my goal is to be a best-selling author, well, that depends on a lot of things beyond your control. You know what I mean?
It's interesting about that too, because I feel like I had this defining moment. And I won't tell the story, but I had a defining moment in my poetry training where I realized that actually the thing that I liked the best about it was writing the poetry itself. That it wasn't getting published in a magazine or giving a reading or having somebody read my poetry. Which is weird, because you would imagine that would be like the most satisfying thing, but I found that nothing really compared to like what I really liked was actually writing the poem itself.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing. It's the doing. The doing has to be. You have to find joy in it, even if it's shitty doing.
What sparks joy?
Like, I'm not saying that all doing is awesome. Okay, well, let's just play a random song to close out tonight. I know we talked a lot tonight, but this night I was feeling a little preachy. I hope y'all don't mind.
I think it was a nice mix.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just free hoop here. Someone said to me after a HoopPath class once, they said, my goal is to be goalless. And I get that. And that would be like enlightened living, right? My goal would be to goalless. Yeah. Yeah. What next? I get that one, Sarah. Yeah, that was a short one. All right, let's do one more. We'll do this one and then we'll fade to green. Okay, y'all, we're going to say goodnight. Thanks, Ann. Are you going to be here Saturday? Ann will be here Saturday. We'll take requests. Maybe we'll do some teaching. Thank you, guys.
I might have to leave a little bit early on Saturday, but I'll be here.
Wait, what's that?
I might have to leave a little bit early on Saturday, but I'll be here.
Okay, cool. All right.
Good night. Yeah.
Everybody get